We all love convenience, right? But have you ever stopped to think about what it's really costing you? Today, we're going to dive deep into something called the $25 lunch trap. And trust me, we're going to uncover some pretty staggering hidden costs that are hiding in, those everyday clicks and taps.
Okay, so picture this, right? It's been a long day, you're exhausted, and you are hungry. So what do? You pull out your phone, tap, 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 and boom, a warm meal is on its way. It seriously feels like magic, doesn't it? It's this perfect modern solution to that age-old problem of what's for dinner. It's just so effortless, so instant.
And yeah, that's exactly what it's designed to be. I love this phrase for it. It's basically the Amazon one-click button for your stomach. I mean, think about it. These food delivery apps have absolutely perfected what's called frictionless spending. They've removed every single obstacle between your craving and your wallet. And honestly, it's kind of brilliant, but it's also incredibly dangerous.
But let's be real for a second about what you actually get. After you add up all the fees, the tips, the crazy menu markups, you're often paying this massive premium. And for what exactly? For a meal that's been bouncing around in a bag across town, right? It shows up and it's not quite hot, definitely not as good as it would have been if you were sitting right there in the restaurant.
So this all brings us to a really important question. Is this little habit, is it a form of self-care? Just a simple way to make our super busy lives a little bit easier? Or is it something else? Could it actually be a sneaky form of financial self-sabotage, just disguised as a nice little treat?
Well, let's just call it what it is. It's the lazy tax. That's right. It's that extra premium, that extra cash you pay for the convenience of not doing something yourself. And the thing is, it's not just a one-time thing. Oh no, it's a small recurring drain on your finances that over time can grow into something massive.
And really, it all comes down to how you frame it, right? On one hand, you tell yourself, hey, this is self-care, it's a simple treat, and I'm saving 30 minutes of cooking time. But let's look at the other side. You're actually paying a premium for food that's not even hot anymore. You're spending your future wealth for a tiny bit of comfort right now. Suddenly, that simple treat starts to look a lot more like a recurring poverty tax, a price you pay for that immediate gratification.
Okay, now for the part that's probably going to blow your mind. Let's move away from the concept and get into the cold, hard numbers. Let's actually see the true long-term cost of that convenient lunch.
All right, let's start with a number. And we're going to be conservative here. Let's say between all the delivery fees, the service charges, those inflated menu prices, and the tip, it's really not that hard to spend an extra $200 a month on food delivery. I mean, for a lot of us, it's probably way more, but let's just stick with $200 for this example.
So you might be thinking, how does $200 a month turn into a huge number? Well, it's all about the magic of compounding, or what finance folks call a future value calculation. It's actually pretty simple. You just take that monthly cost, but instead of spending it, you imagine investing it. You let it grow with average market returns over a long period of time, say 25 years.
So, here it is, the big question. That money you're spending on convenience every month, that $200, what could it actually become if you had just put it to work for your future self instead? Any guesses?
$250,000. Yeah, $250,000. And no, that is not an exaggeration. That is the potential future value, the opportunity cost of all those small, seemingly harmless delivery fees and markups. So every single time you pay that lazy tax, you're not just spending a few extra bucks, you're literally spending a tiny piece of this massive future sum.
Okay, so this whole idea is way bigger than just your lunch order, right? Because once you see the lazy tax in one part of your life, you start seeing it absolutely everywhere.
The principle behind this is universal. The lazy tax is basically any recurring cost for a convenience that, with just a little bit of effort, you could totally avoid. It's all about learning to spot and plug these small, silent leaks in your financial boat.
And trust me, these little taxes are everywhere. That gym membership you swear you're going to use but never do? Yep, that's a lazy tax. Paying for 3, 4, 5 different streaming services when you only watch 2? That's a lazy tax. And what about those automatic subscription renewals for apps you completely forgot you even downloaded? All of them. They are all small conveniences that quietly compound into major, major costs over time. Look, the point of all this isn't to make you feel guilty. Not at all. It's about being more intentional with your money. So I want to leave you with this question to think about. Now that you know what to look for, what is your $250,000 lunch? Because just identifying it, well, that's the first step to reclaiming your financial future.